Satan, Lucifer, Belial, Leviathan, Samael.
Welcome. This is Aleister Nacht. This episode is dedicated to everyone that suffers at the hands of tyrants. We shall not be silent any longer. The world we inhabit resembles a grand masquerade where the players put on elaborate costumes. They play the role of sorrow, their tones saturated with rehearsed empathy. They bow before altars glowing with light, crosses shining brightly, the star of Remphan flickering, proclaiming their love for the broken-hearted, the starving, and those without a home. Yet their hands remain cold and lifeless and covered with blood, hearts locked tight. Their expressions of care echo hollowly in a theater of deceit. They profess that Christian charity and Jewish justice guide their intentions, but I say their words crumble to ash while their promises dissolve into dust. Zionism proudly flutters amidst these hypocrisies. It calls for a promised land, drowning out the anguished cries of those it crushes below its weight. In the shadow lurks Satanas. His laughter slices through their facades like a knife, unveiling the decay hidden beneath their masks. The world has been duped. Their indoctrination of generations coming to fruition. So many fools, so little time. Step inside their sanctuaries where incense mingles with lies in suffocating air. The preacher in the pulpit speaks of love, quoting the Nazarene, "Blessed are the peacemakers." His congregation nods along with staged tears while wallets spill open for their feel-good, self-serving charity. The destitute remain mere props in this charade. Their suffering serves as an accessory to salvation, which is sold as the offering plates are passed around. The soup kitchen closes its doors tightly. Homeless souls are whisked away from sight as strangers face suspicion instead of welcome. Meanwhile, in the Zionist synagogue, chants of healing for all fill the air. Yet congregants cheer for walls that imprison those displaced by bombs that obliterate homes under some divine pretense. Hypocrites trying to usher in their Messiah. They profess concern, but what they truly offer is nothing more than a press release, a hashtag here or there, while wearing their stars over their hearts that beat just for themselves. Their version of justice operates like bulldozers. Hypocritical compassion translates into checkpoints. Fake love morphs into barbed wire. Predators now control governments worldwide through bribes, blackmail, and if needed, lethal force. Zionism parades its hypocrisy like a crown. It preaches about heritage while sowing chaos. It claims victimhood even as power rests comfortably in its grasp. Advocates march through the streets with righteousness, shouting never again, yet conveniently overlooking children buried beneath rubble or families expelled from lands cultivated by their ancestors long before the Zionists stole it. They discuss peace while financing wars. They speak of covenants while shattering lives and claiming ownership of so-called homelands built upon stolen property. The West, as a whole, is losing its so-called moral authority due to its inconsistent application of human rights, especially when it comes to foreign policy. This has now led to a growing belief that Western nations prioritize political and economic interests over genuine moral commitments. That has always been true, but it is on display now for the masses to finally wake up, notice, and understand. The West goes the way of Rome, screaming like a spoiled child, while government leaders resemble circus clowns more than diplomats. The impotent empire becomes less and less relevant, waiting for the parasite to suck the last bit of life from the host. Their so-called care shines brightly on billboards proclaiming moral superiority, even as blood from dispossessed individuals stains their hands deep crimson. The Christian Zionists join this cacophony, waving flags, heralding a land deemed holy, all while blind to how their Savior's teachings lie trampled underfoot. Both hold tightly on the Scriptures, inextricably linked in this dance driven by virtue signaling where applause drowns out genuine action. Satanas, the light bearer, mocks this farce unfolding before us. He knows and has always known what a fragile species we are as humans. We are cowards. We run for cover, afraid to say anything that someone might disagree with. In our embrace of theistic Satanism, we refuse to bow down at altars soaked in fake tears, nor do we allow ourselves to bind our wills to dogmas touting universal love. Satanas seeks no pity from you. Instead, he demands unwavering truth. He embodies flames burning away the falsehood, the mirror revealing your raw spirit stripped bare, leaving cowards to submit to their masters. To act under his shadow is not just caring, but fighting fiercely. To select your battles wielding willpower like an indomitable blade forged against oppression itself. The hypocritical facade offers only empty psalms meant to soothe a troubled conscience. But Satanas shatters these illusions, compelling you to rise from the wreckage created by deceitful lies that surround us all. Gaze upon mothers who mourn far-off tragedies, their tears traded like currency for social media validation, as they disregard silent suffering hidden within their own children's hearts. Observe the philanthropists whose names are etched into synagogue walls, generously donating funds toward Zionist efforts while workers languish, starved beneath wealth's oppressive shadow. Witness preachers praying for peace, yet cheering enthusiastically when airstrikes ring out, or rabbis preaching righteousness, justifying displacement. These people have no conscience. Their so-called care constitutes merely fragile glass houses, reflecting nothing but desperate cravings for the so-called chosen. Zionism's glass gleams brightest among them, all cracks concealed beneath destiny slogans, and shards lie ready to wound anyone who dares ask a question about their divine entitlement. But remember, glass can break easily. Scattered all around us, Satanas whispers softly, "O coward, do not turn away." An acquaintance once told me, "Don't be so political." While I think this is good advice for someone building a business or someone that must survive on social media income, I disagree. For I do not care. I am free of the shackles. For me, truth is more important than lies. I am not a coward, and I will not cower. If you have the strength of Satanas, you should not either. Stop being so afraid of being labeled. Those labels mean nothing. Take these words and go. Until next time, this has been Aleister Nacht. Ave Satanas.